Alright, let's talk about a project that's become the ultimate symbol of bureaucratic frustration, Schuman Square in Brussels. Picture this, a place meant to represent the heart of European unity, now a sprawling concrete wasteland that looks more like a parking lot for a dystopian sci-fi movie. But here's the kicker, this wasn't just any redesign. It was supposed to be a beacon of modern urban planning, a green, shaded haven where EU officials and locals could mingle. Instead, it's become a cautionary tale about how politics, budgets, and ego can turn visionary ideas into concrete nightmares. Let me unpack this. The original plan was audacious. They wanted a steel canopy with a green roof, inspired by the European Parliament's hemicycle. Imagine EU leaders lounging under a mirrored structure, taking selfies while dodging Belgium's relentless rain. Sounds ideal, right? But here's what's fascinating, the square sits atop a labyrinth of tunnels, railways, and pipelines. It's like trying to build a garden on top of a subway system. And don't even get me started on the security requirements, this isn't just a park, it's a fortress for EU institutions. Yet, despite all these constraints, the vision was still bold. It's almost poetic how the project's failure mirrors the EU's own struggles with unity and bureaucracy. Now, let's talk about the real villain here, politics. Belgium's governance is a nightmare of regional rivalries and endless negotiations. After the 2024 elections, Brussels was stuck in a 613-day stalemate. Can you imagine trying to get a single project approved while your government can't even form a coalition? The caretaker government was left holding the bag, begging the EU for funds while the Prime Minister called Brussels a failed state. It's like watching a symphony conductor argue over which instrument gets to play first. And when the new government finally took power, they scrapped the canopy entirely. Why? Because the costs had ballooned from €5 million to €13 million. Suddenly, the symbol of European unity became a financial liability. But here's the twist, they're still trying to make it work. They're talking about water features and greener solutions. Is this a step forward, or just another compromise that dilutes the original vision? What makes this really interesting is how it reflects broader trends in urban planning and governance. Big projects like this aren't just about design, they're about power. Who gets to decide what a city looks like? How do you balance symbolism with practicality? And what happens when a project becomes a political football? Schuman Square isn't just a failed park, it's a microcosm of the EU's identity crisis. The canopy was meant to be iconic, a literal heart of Europe. But without it, what does that say about the EU's ability to unite its member states? Or worse, does it suggest that even the most ambitious ideas can be crushed by the weight of bureaucracy and competing priorities? Personally, I think this story is a reminder that grand visions often come with hidden costs. The canopy wasn't just expensive, it was a symbol of ambition. By scrapping it, the new government might be prioritizing pragmatism, but at what cost to the symbolic value of the project? And let's not forget the petition with 2,100 signatures. People still want that canopy. Does that mean the original idea was right, or is it just nostalgia for a dream that was never feasible? One thing is clear, Schuman Square won't be the last time a city's identity gets tangled up in political gridlock. But maybe, just maybe, this mess will inspire a better approach, one that balances ambition with accountability, and symbolism with sustainability. What do you think? Should they rebuild the canopy, or is it time to let go of the dream and embrace a new vision for Europe's heart?